Welcome back, guys. Gonna do a 3-day camp out. Me and Becky have come up the camp. It's been a real wet one, so we've been home for about 4 days, and we come up and it's really dropped the temperature. Got me wool hat on and me wool jumper, so nice camp out. It's got a nice feel to it. Definitely a nice feel. So I'm gonna, first things first, I've unloaded all my stuff. That's all in the tent, and I'm gonna get a nice fire on, try to dry this place out a bit. Soaked, absolutely soaked. This is definitely one of the joys of having your own camp, because you got just turn up and you got lovely dry pieces of wood. Don't have to go out looking for a dry timber. That's all lovely and dry, ready for the fire. Get a bit of life in the camp. Nice easy option. Birch bark and a lighter. Oh, lovely. Definitely a chilly one today. So I'm loving these nice beach sticks I got the other week. Great foundation for a fire. Nice hardwood. And now the camp has come to life. We've got more movement in the camp now. Nice dancing flame. Let's build her up. This is when I really love my fires, when it's cold and damp. And them rocks should heat up nicely. I'll keep this going now, I think, for a few hours. Not used to this cold weather because it's been so hot. I think that's what's making it feel worse. Right, let's get this coffee percolating. Coffee's on, Bex. Get any birch bark?
No, there weren't that many bits on there.
Oh, wasn't there?
Mm.
So I've got the brew on.
Lovely. It is freezing though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I was literally walking in there like shivering. Sit around the fire, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually got the percolated stuff on.
Yeah. Just for you, Bex.
Going all out.
Just for you. So good old Buster's with us as well. He'll be developing his autumn coat. Aren't you, boy? You've only just shedded the last one. So what we got there then, Bex? What are you doing?
Reheating chicken korma.
You got nice chicken korma, yeah.
Got some rice.
And rice.
And then we're going to put some naans on in a bit.
So it's curry night.
It's curry night. Shame we don't have any poppadoms.
so good old Bex has knocked that up. So I want to enjoy this, eat this in the hammock. Curry in the woods. Cheers, Bex. Oh yeah, seconds guys. No bread and all. And the sun's come out. Can't beat this camp life. So it was a gorgeous curry Becky made. She's gone back now to sort out her bits in her camp. I'll just pot around here. I might do a bit of archery in a minute, so I might film that. A couple of pulls on that, burn off a few calories, and I might go for a little walk with Buster and Becky. And that's been a great start to our camp out. It's lovely when you're all organised and you start off with a nice fire like today and a coffee and then something to eat. And then later I'll show you in the tent. I've done a few alterations in there, and I've bought myself something as well to pass away the time in the winter. So I'll show you that later. Right, I might get the bow out, sit here for 5-10 more minutes, and then get the archery in. I haven't done it for about 7 or 8 days now, so keep your hand in, don't you? But this is what I love about your own woodland. You can just arrive, do what you got to do. Bit of archery or shooting your gun or shooting a crossbow. It's just gorgeous. The planes have started up again. I didn't miss them at all. So nice curry, and then for pudding a bit of archery. But how nice is this, you know? You can't just go out at home and have your meal and then just pop out. Well, I can't because my garden's not very big, so plus, rules and regulations, in a town environment, it's quite hard to do things like this. But out here, free as a bird. It definitely takes a while to warm up. I lost one, so it's not bad on my first go. It takes about 3 or 4, goes with 7 arrows to get warmed up and start shooting really well. So I suppose when people years ago were hunting, you'd want to shoot a few arrows before you went out and done the kill shot. Well, I definitely would anyway. I do love a bit of archery. It's I think it really focuses your mind. You're just looking at that target and that's it really. That's all you're thinking about. And then sometimes you get fleeting thoughts come into your mind and your arrow goes everywhere. So it's a total concentration, focus mode, which I really enjoy. And I've also started kind of roving around, because I've got an Indian book in there, and they were talking about it's okay shooting at targets, but you try moving around and learning distance and windage and, you know, different angles of light in the woods. So I've started doing that just with one arrow, a dud arrow, and shooting at rotten logs and things like that. It's a completely different perspective. So eventually I'd like to maybe get some, you know, deer or bird targets and put them in really awkward places and rove around and just take a shot straight off the bat without, you know, knowing your range or nothing, and learning the windage and distance, whether to keep your, you know, your bow up here or down here, depending on your distance. So that's a completely different skill, because once you know your distance between you and the target, it's a lot easier, and it's just repetition. But when you're roving around, actually trying to hunt, it's a completely, well, I'm not hunting, I'm just, you know, like I said, I was shooting at logs and things, rotten logs. But it's a completely different way of archery, and crouching down and trying to hide behind trees. It's great. So I was doing that a couple of weeks ago, and I might have another go tomorrow. Keep my hand in at that. So it's two different aspects of archery, you know, target archery and actually roving around. I think the Indians used to do it, well, in the book the Indian boys started at the age of 8 and 9 roving around. So that's impressive. And what their skill was to go out and harvest bow material, make a bow, then they would ask or borrow some sinew from a deer to make the string, then they'd have to make a trap and get the flight feathers to make their arrows, and then their final task was to make a kill with the bow and the arrows that they'd made. And I think that's awesome, you know, and that's at age 9, I think it was 9, 10, 11. Can you imagine, well, adults, grown men like me doing that now, or young boys doing it? It's such a great development in everything. To make something from nature is a great skill alone. To make a bow, then the arrows, then the fletchlings, and then actually put it all together and go and hunt a deer at that age. Awesome. So that's kind of inspired me to, you know, start roving around in the woodland and shooting, and maybe one day I might do a cache and cook. But all the time I bring food up here, I just won't. I do love my animals, but it's a great achievement, and I can see why people do it. So right, let's get back, because I'm cooling down. The old deltoids are getting cold. So that's me second shot, my second round of, well, I've got 7 arrows. That's 14 arrows shot, and then slowly you can feel yourself getting better and better. When I first start, I tend to pause too much, and then as I get into it, I just look and then release, look, hold, pull the bow up and then release, and then I to kind of get consistent with my shooting. I don't use no finger guard or arm guard really. The jumper kind of protects me there, but my fingers have really hardened up, so I don't wear one of those. My fingertips have gone quite hard, so they don't really cut in. Plus the bows, you know, it's quite forgiving. It's not a really powerful bow. You know, I made that one myself, as you know. So it's a great practice bow, so I can get away without wearing finger guards. But once these really toughen up, I don't think, well, the Indians never used to use any guards. And you don't want to be faffing around putting that on when you're hunting. You never had a go at archery and you don't fancy it, but it's like anything in life. Give it a go and you might think, oh, really like that. Why didn't I try that before? The same with anything, you know. Give it one go and you might think, oh, I really enjoyed that. But it's definitely primitive. But I heard a joke the other day, which I thought was quite funny. Vegetarians originated from poor archers. So I thought that's quite good. You know, looking back years ago, if you was a poor archer, you would be eating berries and wild edibles. So I thought that was quite a funny joke. So vegetarians were poor archers. So I probably would have been a veggie. But I think the key to good archery is like shooting. It's getting that group in time and time again, keeping that consistency. You know, not getting a scattering of arrows and one bullseye and think you're an amazing archer. I just think that really tight grouping in, you know, around the bullseye is awesome. Time and time again. That's good archery in my opinion. And also with the Indian hunters, they would have more flights on their arrows. They call it flu with smaller bows. So they didn't get the range as much as these, but they got a lot more speed and a lot more accuracy for hunting at, you know, at close quarters, which is a completely different kind of style to these arrows. So, you know, really stealthy, creeping up, that's a skill as well, onto your prey, and then drawing your small bow with your flu feathers on, your fletchlings on, and then bang, happy days. So completely different way of archery, and I think they were the true experts. Excuse me, the curry's repeating on myself. But they were the true, you know, the true archers, I think, when you had to put food on your table. So it's getting better now, warming up, bit better grouping. In another sort of 20 minutes or so, I'm hoping, you know, to get a nice sort of grouping within the blue. That's what I try and get. If I can shoot 3 rounds of that all in there, then I'm quite happy. Then I'll have a rest. And I'm shooting from about, I think it's 55 feet from the target where I am now to the edge there. It's about 55 feet, so it's a nice range to shoot from, and obviously it's a lovely still day, so no excuses. So I'll keep shooting and I'll show you my progress as I get better. So that's another couple of rounds, 14 arrows later. Slowly see the progress. You know, I'm getting them groupings. Them 3 are really well grouped within the blue. So out of 7 arrows, I've got 1 on the floor which bounced off the target. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 arrows within the blue, and 2 strays and 1 on the floor. So it's getting better. If I get all 7 arrows grouped that tight after sort of 45 minutes of archery, then I'm quite happy. So that's about 15 minutes since I last spoke to you, and it's getting there now, getting them in that blue circle. So I'm very happy with that. I'll do another 15-20 minutes more and that'll be me done for my archery today. You know, if I can get them any tighter than that, I'll be a happy man, but that's good for me, really good. So that blue circle you can imagine, is the size of a dinner plate. So that's pretty good at about 55 feet with a homemade bow, well, self-made bow. Coffee pot's still on, so might have a coffee break with this Archery. But I do like these because you can just leave it on, just have a top up when you want. Beautiful. Last week I made this shelf, so it's worked out awesome in the tent. Got all me carving bits and pieces down the bottom. Got a couple of axes supported there and a couple of nails. All me carving spoons and bits and pieces. So it's a great addition to the tent. Preparing for winter, because a lot of things won't be outside anymore, they'll be in here. So that's a great shelving unit and a nice worktop for me power pack and me charging all my bits and pieces. So I'm loving that. So it's a lot more practical for me. Gets a lot of the stuff off the floor. So that's my new toy. So I've had this about 3 days now. I'd bring it up to the camp, and so I'll be spending my evenings, a lot of my evenings, practicing on this. So you'll see my progress. So it's a lovely little ukulele. It's going to be awesome once I master it. So I've learned a few chords. I've learned C, G, F, F, and a few strumming patterns. So I'm really pleased with it. It's brilliant for the camp. It's really small, lightweight, practical, and quite easy to play. Well, not easy, but easier than a guitar. And it sounds really nice. I can get a bit of a tune out of it already. So you can see my progress, and then I've just got to learn to sing. Hey, hey, hey. So I'm just mastering, changing between the chords. So slow but sure, but I keep persevering. I'm trying to do an hour a day on it. So I've got a bit of sheet music, and I've got a video on my Kindle that I can listen to some tuition. It's a lovely sound, especially at camp. Get a bit better, be round the campfire, singing, playing. It's just getting them fingers in the right places without hitting the other strings. I don't know what it sounds like to you, but it sounds quite good to me at the moment, 3 days in. So that's my new addition I promised to show you. So be lovely round camp on them cold winter's nights. Persevere with that and just chill out in the Arctic. So if any of you guys play an instrument, I'd like to hear it and how long it took you, especially if you play guitar or ukulele, how long it took you. I think it's really nice learning an instrument. I've always wanted to play, you know, a guitar or ukulele like this, but years ago I had a drum set, so I used to thrash around on that, learning the 3/3 beat and the rudiments and things like that. That took me a while, but the neighbours weren't too impressed. So this is a bit more low key, and plus it's up the woods, no one's going to moan about my racket. Well, it is a racket at the moment. It's a racket at the moment till I get better, and then I might be able to play you a nice melody in a few weeks. It sounds so nice. It sounds so nice outside. But what way to spend your evenings. Lovely way to spend your, you know, an hour of your evenings. So I've got to get stretching them fingers and cutting them nails, and I'll keep you posted on my progress. So yeah, Bushwhacker goes musical. Yeah. So what I'm doing, don't know if you can see that, I'm just learning strumming patterns with changing between 3 chords, C, A and F. So just learning the different strumming patterns, making different noises. It's great fun, great way to spend the evening. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll play a little bit more, and then I might do a bit of reading or something. Still got me nice pot of coffee on the fire, so it's keeping me enthusiastic. But it's lovely in here with the candle lights, and you know, it's a lovely time of year now. That's, you know, I like the light evenings, but when it gets dark, you get that cosy feeling, and then when it gets a bit colder, the wood burner goes on. Well, you see me put the pipe in earlier, so kind of preparing, and I think about getting some more wood in. The wood I've cut at the back is quite green, so I'm going to leave that for a couple of months or something before I burn that. And it's 9 months old now, that wood, so it probably needs a couple more months to season off. It's pine, so try and get a bit bit more dead wood, dead standing. I don't know if I've made a melody for Buzz to go to sleep or he's just gone to sleep because it's absolute trash to his ears. But he's chilled out either way. So that's me done now, guys. Gonna listen to me radio 20 minutes and I'll be putting my head down. So it's been a lovely day, really enjoyed it, and hope you guys have. Seeing me arrive and pretty much going through the whole day. It's that lovely time again. This is what I love as well about camping. You know, you got a lovely shelter and it's all sorted, and you got a nice comfortable bed and you're nice and warm, and listen to the radio and just doze off, and you sleep so well outside. I've got the doors open on the tent. I think it's about 8 degrees tonight, so it's going to be a nice cool night. But I'd prefer it like this, to be honest. I think you sleep better than them really hot sticky nights. So yeah, that's me done. And if it's that time for you, have a good sleep, guys, and I'll see you in the morning. Morning, guys. The fire's very welcoming this morning. It's quite a chilly one. So I'll just spark that up. I've been up about 15 minutes. Get myself a nice coffee and start another brand new day, I think. Wait for that kettle to boil. And a nice morning brew. Great start to the day. Nice hot coffee, lovely fire, and a nice still cool morning. A couple of cups of this and then I'll get doing something, I think. one of my favourites. Campfire toast, marmalade. Great start to the morning. Any guesses, guys, what I'm doing? Have you guessed yet, guys? I think some of you have got it right. It's a green screen. Or is it an overnight shelter? Last clue. Guessed yet? I bet you think, what's he up to? He's gone mad. Well, you know I'm mad anyway, so this is it. I was going to set this up when I was up in my teepee, but never got round to it, so finally today I decided to have a go at putting a sheet up and having a bit of slingshot practice. Never really done any slingshot, only when I was really young. So perfect place, perfect opportunity to keep practicing. Another skill, see? My hands and brain are getting a lot of skills. So let's have a go, see how we get on. So that's a great little range now. I better get the dog out of the way in case he gets a ball bearing in the back of his head. Buster, come on, move. Good boys. You don't want a new pair of earrings, do you? So, by putting them sheets up, it's enabled me not to lose my ball bearings. Buster, move. Come on. Come on, you're in the range. You're in the firing line. Nah, that's not good, is it? Come on, over here. Come on. Come on. Come on, over here. Go on down there, sit down. Good boys. Oh, the sheet works well. I'll show you in a minute. It's a ball bearing, Buster. So that weren't too bad. Bit more practice, but the beauty of this is collect all your bearings, all bearings back. That's great. Right, let's keep playing. So a great bit of fun. Really enjoying myself. Another great hobby for the woodland. And the catapult's a marksman. Shame I wasn't. Might be in a few months. This is awesome fun. Boys and their toys, eh? Yeah, guys, do you want to go? So I've had about 50 shots now, and I'm hitting sort of every 6 or 7 shots on the target. Not a massive range away, but you can see the damage them ball bearings do. Look at that Coke can. You know, it's such an impact blow, a ball bearing from a catapult. They're nice 10mm ball bearings as well, so they've got a nice bit of weight to them. So it's great, I can just go around and collect them all back up and have another round. Loving this. Too much power. Nice bit of R&R time now. Finished me slingshots shooting. Just chill out here for 20 minutes or so. Mid-afternoon now. Finished me ukulele practice. Spark the fire up. So I'm gonna peel a few potatoes. Gonna have mashed potato, beans, and some pork chops on the campfire. Gorgeous. So some nice pork chops there. I'll put a few spices on it, a bit of garlic and salt as well. That's going to be a lovely meal. So it's pork chop, mashed potato and beans. Gorgeous. That's really nice. You can have a bit in a minute, boy. Your turn now, boy. Right, see you later guys. I'm going to go for a bike ride now. So I just returned off that bike ride and what a gorgeous evening. Beautiful. So I had a lovely bike ride with Buster. So we stopped off and had a drink, didn't we, boy? But he's great dog, 8 years old, and he can still keep up with me on the bike. Obviously I go a lot slower than I used to, but he's just cracked out about 2.5 miles, plus all his walking around camp and stuff, so keeps him fit and healthy, doesn't it, boy? As long as he gets his food and his walk, he's a happy man, isn't you? Huh? What you got to say to that? So I'm gonna get a nice coffee on, and a couple of biscuits, I think. One for the boy. Do you want a biscuit, Buster? Huh? Do you want a biscuit? He loves his biscuits. And I might have another go on the ukulele. I won't video that because you're probably sick of the noise. I'll wait till I get a bit better, and then I'll come back at you with it, and you'll go much better. But no, it's all progress. All takes time. It's like any skill. You've got to keep persevering. It's so easy to just say, "Oh, put it down, that's it." But keep cracking on with it. Keep persevering. Hey, boy. Right. Let's go and get a coffee and a bicky. A biscuit? And a biscuit. I love the sunsets in this section of woodland. Looks gorgeous just sitting out here looking at that, listening to the sounds of the birds. Kettle's on for the last brew of the day. That's been a fantastic day. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. See what I get up to. How nice is that? Look at that. But I'm more than happy with this fire pit. The design of it and the practicality of it. It's the best fire pit I've had. Kind of wanted to design it to do everything, and I think it does. You know, in regards to cooking. And we'll see how well it performs in the winter. And then rocks heat up and kick the heat back at me. Night, guys. I'm going to do some reading now. See you in the morning. Morning, guys. It's a cold one this morning. Nice fire. The fire from the sky. I'm warming up. So harder to get out of that sleeping bag now until it's getting colder. I can smell the sausages, I think. You've had your breakfast, boy. So that's me done now, guys. It's been 3 days packing all my stuff in the wheelbarrow. It takes me about 45 minutes to pack camp up. Try not to leave all my expensive stuff around camp. So we've had a good time, and we, Buster? Great time. And me and Buster will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the great outdoors. I'm going to start lugging all this gear back up to the landy. Cheers, guys. And a big thanks to all my subscribers, all the great messages. I love all the funny ones, they really make me laugh. And thanks to my patrons as well for supporting me, enabling me to do good camp outs and, you know, provide me with the funds to do this. So you stay safe, guys. Cheers.